So holistic health means understanding the whole organism. That health depends on the whole organ. So what you eat, for instance, very important to your health. What you take in through your ears, the news, if you're only taking bad news, very stressful. So how you are in the family, very important. So holistic health would be taking every aspect of a human life, including social life and national life, and understanding that it contributes to well-being. So holistic health is actually understanding that the body is constantly healing itself. You cut yourself, it heals. You hurt yourself, you get better to a large extent. And what the meditation does is potentially, and the yoga practice and everything else, can optimize your well-being, which is your wholeness or your health. When people say, I don't want to look at my pain, I just want you to cut it out, take it away. And when there are no ways to cut it out or take it away, of course we'd do that if we could, but we can't do that. You can't do brain surgery to make your pain go away. Cut out the pain center, because there's no one pain center. It's like spread around, and there's multiple functions for every region of the brain. How you hold it, if you keep telling yourself the story, this is destroying my life, it's ruining everything I want to do, I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. It may all be true, but it's like putting yourself in a corner or in a prison. Usually when something's hurting, we want to distract ourselves. We don't want to go anywhere near it. But you say, no, let me enter into it. Maybe it's the shoulder, or maybe it's the jaw, or maybe it's the forehead, or maybe it's the back. And on purpose, this may sound crazy, you just put the welcome mat out for it. Say, okay, let me feel what's here to be felt. And let me just feel it in awareness. And then you can ask yourself some very interesting questions. Is my awareness of the pain in pain? So you can check and just see. Here's the pain in my wrist or in my jaw or wherever it is. And here's my awareness, which of course is boundless and no center, no outer reach. And the awareness is holding what we're calling my pain. You can investigate. Is my awareness of the pain suffering? Check. I'm willing to bet that you will discover that no, your awareness, right in this moment, not like for the next 100 years, but right in this moment, your awareness of even very, very intense sensation, not suffering. I was 35 years old when I started the stress reduction clinic. Now I'm 78. Almost 79. So everybody ages, and we're not here for all that long. But when you connect on a deep level with people about something really meaningful, like helping other people not to suffer and to not fix them, not bring a kind of auto mechanics model of medicine, oh, we're just going to go in, do some surgery and cut your pain out of your back, which of course doesn't work. And we're seeing people who had 3, 4, 5 spinal surgeries and just in more and more and more pain. It was supposed to help them, but it didn't. So I started talking to doctors in the hospital in 1979 and asking them, what percentage of your patients do you think get better with your treatments? And do you know what they said? I almost fell off my chair when I heard this, but I asked maybe 10 or 20 physicians, what percentage of your patients get better? And they say, so, well, maybe 20%, maybe 15%. And I said, my God, what happens to the other 80%? And they said, well, they either get better on their own or they never get better. And I said, do you think it would be useful to set up a clinic that catches all of the people falling through the cracks of the healthcare system, the people you can't help, that you're not helping, that you want to help, but you just don't know what to do with them, and see if there's something that they could do for themselves that doctors could never do for them, that nobody can do for you except yourself. And so the challenge is there something you can do for yourself that nobody else on the planet can do for you. And then over time, I did a lot of teaching to professionals and so forth, and I started hiring other people to help in the clinic. Our team grew bigger, and then other people started saying, hey, maybe we could do that. And they started researching mindfulness in one way or another. Then the neuroscientists got interested. The Dalai Lama got interested. That expanded the whole field. And now the number of scientific papers per year on mindfulness in the literature is going straight up, exponential. You take chronic pain patients who are falling through the cracks of the healthcare system. Nobody's helping them. They learn to meditate in 8 weeks, and they start to say things like they're learning to live with their pain, or their pain is going away. Nothing's going to magically take your pain away. But when you put the welcome mat out for it and don't try to make it go away, then you see that the space between the sensation, the sensory dimension of pain, and then the affective and the cognitive dimensions of pain, and then awareness itself, it's like a whole universe. And there's a lot of degrees of freedom in that. The point is that when you find out who you really are through these meditative practices, then you know what to do, because your doing comes out of being.